Bryan Cranston gave his hot take on America's divide, how really there's tension in the air, and what we can do about it. I think it's quite interesting, so let's get straight into the video.
I believe in inclusiveness and anything that's not like let people be who people want to be and love who they want to love and be around who they want to be. And if someone's intolerant of that, I'm not a part of their conversation or their religion.
You ever struggle with the idea of shut up and dribble, which is like, when they had NBA players or athletes talking about Black Lives Matter or social justice issues? I often get this a lot. I get this a ton on social media because I speak up about issues that are really important to me. Ones like racism, like climate change, income inequality, like, corruption in the U.S. political system, et cetera. And it's like, shut up, Dwight. Shut up, sitcom actor.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, I'm more than a sitcom actor. And guess what? In my belief, everyone gets to have an opinion. If you're a bus driver, you get to have an opinion about God and life and sex and morality and politics and
those same people would probably tell the bus driver to shut up.
Yeah, shut up and drive a bus. What do you know?
Yeah. It's just that you have a
we're only supposed to
soapbox.
listen to people that have advanced degrees or something, but then those people are hated for being elitist because they got degrees. So who do you listen to?
Well, obviously, they don't believe in free speech. It's just agree with us. Just go against scientific consensus. Just don't have a voice. Like, it's so, and again, they would go, oh, they always go on about free speech. But then a celebrity or athlete or actor has an opinion, and it's like, oh, no, we do. Not too much free speech. Well, which one is it?
So the cure to that, just like not reading reviews.
Don't read social media.
Never
Don't
do.
read the comments.
I never do.
No.
So I'll put out.
Have you had troubles around that?
Yeah, because my publicist would tell me, "Ooh, yeah, they're kind of coming after you for it." And I go, "What?
What have they come after you for?"
I would make comments like I made a comment. I had an interview with Chris Wallace, and he was talking about race relations and things. And I said I thought that critical race theory should be taught in schools. I think it's essential that we become honest as a country and look at our race relations historically.
Yeah.
Unequivocal. I mean, you cannot deny that this had an immense influence on industry and banking and government and social services,
real estate
and jobs and then doing research to play LBJ in a play on Broadway and then a movie, doing all that research. In 1865, Emancipation Proclamation, 100 years before the Civil Rights Act of 1964.
Yeah.
Finally made it a law. You cannot do this. You have to allow people to eat where they want, to sleep where they want,
vote
to
freely.
vote,
Yeah.
to
It was a year before I was
job.
born. Yeah.
It's insane that it took so long. In my lifetime, my parents, I was born in 56, and we were taking a family trip to visit some relatives in Texas.
Well, the reason they don't want to teach basically black history, because that's what critical race theory is. It's just the academic lens of looking at the sociology and history of black people culture and how they've been treated. And it's anti-intellectualism. That's all it is. They don't want to learn about history. Like what they're doing at the Smithsonian in America now. They're just trying to erase history. It's inconvenient to their narrative. And that's the first thing they go for. The intellectuals, the historians, and anybody who questions the narrative that, oh, we're going to make America great again. Well, the economy isn't doing too well, is it, right now?
I think it was 64. I think it was 63 or 64. And
before I was born.
Yes, you were a child. Yes.
Before I was born.
Yes. Was it before?
66 born. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So, okay.
Yeah. So I remember my mother telling my brother and I, now listen, we're going to be in Texas, and I want to just say that if you see a water fountain drinking fountain that says colored. Don't drink out of it. In my lifetime,
Yeah.
my mother is telling me this.
Yeah.
Of course, I was 7 or so, and I'm thinking, are you kidding? Of course I'm going to drink out of it. Is it like rainbow color? Is it flavored? Is it, the
It's
innocence?
raspberry?
Is
Yeah.
it innocence of a boy going,
Yeah.
colored?
Why didn't I think? Why don't they have that in
They should
California?
have that everywhere. I want to, it's like, yeah. But it didn't dawn on me until later. I went, oh, wait a minute. I remember my mother telling. So it's like,
Yeah, people have a short memory. Like when we're recently commemorating 80 years since the end of World War II, what happened there? And then Jim Crow, civil rights, and then now all of a sudden, just normalized. Farage, Trump, these kind of far right talking points, just normalized. And it's insane to hear this, being spoke about. This is an old interview from a year ago, but the fact that, it's a hot take to say, yeah, should we just treat people with respect and just treat people as individuals and free speech is a good thing? But they are completely opposed to all these notions. How depressing is that?
we haven't come to recognize the importance and embrace our past in a way that allows us to step forward into a brighter future. And until we do, we're always.
Yeah, but there's a lot of folks who think, well,
And that's the same in the UK. America has a very specific history, and so does the UK with the Empire. But anytime you criticize it, it's like, oh, you hate the country, how fragile they are when you look at our history and go, actually, yeah, how do we reconcile our past with our future? Because what does it mean to be British? I mean, that is a very complicated thing. But they just hate you learning about history and go, actually, yeah, what we did was pretty bad. But we don't feel guilty about it. But we do have a responsibility to be honest about it. But they get so like, oh, you hate the country, you hate Churchill. It's like, calm down. Let's just have a sensible conversation.
Emancipation Proclamation was 1865. Get over it. Slavery is in the distant past. Like, will you just get over it? And I've talked about it on the show before, but you're absolutely right that the reverberations went well through the 20th century and exist to this day. I don't know about critical race theory specifically, which has become this kind of straw man, boogeyman. And it's a very specific way of teaching race inequality on a graduate level to a certain set of people, but it's become this kind of, like I say, this kind of boogeyman. But to teach America the reality of the fact that we stole this land from a whole bunch of people that were living here before us, and then we imported millions of people that didn't want to be brought here to do all the work to build this great nation. That's just part of our reality, and we live with that right now. And what are we going to do to rectify it? How do we learn from the past, not repeat it, and seek to create ever greater ripples of justice?
The first step is to acknowledge.
Yeah, but they get so triggered on the right. You say that, it's like, oh, well, if you don't like it, leave. It's like, okay, can we just have a conversation about? Because again, they just assume oh, they always say, oh, well, we weren't the first person to do slavery. Yeah, we didn't say that. We're talking about how the legacy of slavery, apartheid, Jim Crow, the British Empire has an impact today, and we need to deal with these issues. Redlining in America, the inequalities between brown, black people and white people are prevalent, but you just can't even have the conversation with these people.
How far.
So what do you say to a white guy who's like, well, it's not my fault. I didn't have slaves.
But white people did, and it's our country. And that's the thing. You have to, if you take pride in your country, you can't look at your country as the greatest ever when it has this severe bruise on it and will always wear that scar.
Mm-hmm.
And that scar will never heal unless we start to say, wow, what did we do?
Can you imagine the comments that are popping up right now as people?
But the problem is, in the American UK, it's the white majority, the big victims now. Oh, it's like, oh, the most oppressed group is white men. What? This is no reality. Just because people have said, can we just be a little bit racist, please? Can we be a bit more inclusive of trans people? And it's like, oh, you hate us. It's so fragile. Like the right are so fragile. They hate free speech. They hate democracy. They hate equality. All they have is grievance and hate. That's it. And then they project that onto the left. And it's like, we can't have an honest conversation because they don't care about reality. They don't care about facts. And they don't care about like really solving any problems. Like focus on immigration and trans people. Really? All the problems that people face, cost of living crisis, housing. No, they just want to talk about immigrants and transes.
People are listening to this
No,
conversation.
I don't know. I don't read them. And that's okay.
Yeah.
They may not read mine, and that's okay too.
And people are entitled to disagree. And if they think that
that's the most important thing, is to be able to disagree without being disagreeable. And we've lost that.
Arthur Brooks talks about.
I disagree with that. When you're saying that trans people are the enemy, immigrants are the enemy, they're lunatics, are criminals, like that's when civil discourse breaks down for me. And you need to be scorned and shamed for your views. Like you can't be civil with fascists. You can't. It doesn't work. We've given them too much leeway now. The can of worms is open. It's out. It's riddling the world. And we need to put it back in. And it's been mainstream media, journalists that have really just enabled Donald Trump and Nigel Farage. And we need to go, actually, no, this is unacceptable. Historically, look at the history of these type of ideologies. It never ends well. Please, can we just put the fascist can back in its place?
How do we disagree better? Can we just learn to disagree better?
Yeah.
No, this is liberal bullshit. No, you can't disagree on this. Like the idea that trans rights, immigrants, no, not disagree better. You need to just apply how you want to be treated to other people. That's it. Human rights are applied to everybody, not just white people and, cis people and so-called natives. It's just a consistent application of equality rights under law because they don't want that.
And unfortunately, social media has become this like toxic kerosene infused way of disagreeing where I hate to use the word civility. We always come back to the word civility, but just decent.
Civility politics favors the right. They want you to be like, oh, like Konstantin Kisin does this all the time. Like he's calm, he's like very collected, but he'll spout complete nonsense. No, civility politics has led to the place where fascism has just been normalized. The fact you can just say the most absurd shit, the most racist dog whistle shit, say it calmly, and it's somehow accepted. That benefits the right. That benefits the right. No, we should be saying, no, these people are abhorrent. They should be rejected, absolutely. They have no place in a democracy. These views are not acceptable. And these people need to be deplatformed. Like people like Sargon of Akkad, Lotus Eaters, like far-right people who spread racist lies, they have no place in society.
Humanity is stripped of the discourse because you would never say to a person face to face what you say to them in the comment section on YouTube or on Twitter.
Yeah. The bravery of anonymity.
That is true, but they're just cowards. They don't have any values. But that doesn't mean that people who hold these abhorrent views about trans people, about immigrants, should have, respect. No, why respect their views? You wouldn't say it about like, okay, like if you said, applied their views on trans people to homosexuals or black people, you would not respect it. You'd be like, no, you lose your job. Bye-bye. You do not have a platform. Like Nick Fuentes was deplatformed from YouTube, I think in 2020. These crypto fascists need to go.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
It's
keyboard
like,
warriors.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
That's I find it. I find mostly social media to be detrimental in a sense.
But that's not inherent. I don't think it's inherent. Like the internet, it's how misinformation and disinformation has been pumped into the kind of brains of the average person, like Facebook. And this is all often funded by right-wing billionaire think tanks, bot farms, Russian bot farms that spread this misinformation. So it's not inherent to social media. Like it can be just like look at Blue Sky. It's pretty civil. Like it's pretty woke, liberal, civil. It's more about the negative influences that seek to undermine democracy. That's the problem. It's not inevitable about this. Like people will be civil, but it's the far right and kind of capitalist narrative of like, oh, immigrants, transits are coming for your children. That's it. That's where the divisiveness comes from. It always comes from the right.
Tremendous power in new technology, but it's a tool, and just like television is a tool,
neutral
and every
tool.
other a hammer is a tool.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing better than a hammer to drive in a nail into a piece of wood. But if I take that hammer and hit you over the head, I've misused the tool. So don't misuse television. Don't just have it on and watch whatever. You're misusing the tool.
Stop binge watching our shows,
Stop
people.
it.
Enough already.
And the same thing with the smartphone. It's a brilliant tool.
It's incredible.
Incredible.
I got Spotify. I can listen to any song that's ever been written.
Yeah, but historically, going back to the printing press, television, these have been historically used as propaganda tools to bludgeon working people, people of color, minorities. And it's no accident that it's happening again with immigrants, refugees, asylum seekers. It's not inevitable, but that's what the powerful will do. Divide and conquer. They've been doing it for thousands of years.
I've got Google Maps. I can get directions to anywhere on the planet.
It's unbelievable.
And it's in this microcomputer in my pocket.
Yeah, and it's your Rolodex. It's your phone. It's your camera.
Mm-hmm.
It's your compass. It's your calculator. It's your memo taking. It's your book. It's everything.
It's everything.
And we are so addicted to it.
I'm so addicted to my phone, Brian. What do I do?
Well, there's panic when you leave the house
and you don't
have you left the house and you go, oh my God.
And literally your hands do this over your pockets like every 3 minutes.
Oh my God, what happened to my phone? What happened to my phone? And then you realize I can't call the person I'm supposed to meet because I don't know their phone number.
Yeah.
How do I?
I know my wife's phone number. That's about it. I know your wife's phone number.
Yes, that's about it.
Those two. The Soul Boom Podcast.
And that's the hot take. Treat people equally. Listen to science. Teach history. Learn. Have empathy. That's the hot take. And now that actually is a hot take. Like that is like a crazy idea. That's a radical idea that we should like celebrate democracy and liberal ideas of freedom of speech and freedom of movement. These are not radical ideas. I want more. I want free housing. I want free food. But somehow, just freedom of speech for people, radical. Pretty depressing. On that depressing note, hit the like button, join my membership for 99 pence a month, and I'll see you in the next video.